come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
show.
entire
That's
family,
awesome.
all his legitimate kids, everything.
That's
All
really
right,
cool.
let's start. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another terrible podcast by comics. I'm your host, Eerie Diamond. This is my co-host. Also your host, Mean Dave. Woo!
Yes. No, my parents just said it's. He said
All
that.
right. Welcome so much. Thank you so much, you guys, for showing up to the podcast. We really appreciate it. Let's Dave, do you want to take over? This is where you kind of introduce your.
Yeah, but I'm trying to make sure my
very
folks
specific
are
way.
in. We're in here. My folks are trying to get in. We are in here. Link.
It sounds like we're in a room. Like
should be
we're
working.
in here.
Should be working. Same one I sent them before. So let's hope they'll. Let's see. Yeah, Deneen will be. You are definitely Deneen. You're definitely one of my parents, no doubt by now.
Aww.
That's a truth.
That's very sweet. I don't know if you did a good job or a bad job there, Deneen.
No, let's see. Let me see. Let's see if they still have any trouble here. Give them a few more seconds.
Dave still is trying to get adopted, so.
I already have adopted. I got plenty of need to be Nina G's parents have
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh my God,
them.
They are hilarious too.
Kathy and Jerry totally have me working. So,
dude, you gotta.
Let's see, did it work? Let me ask him.
You are very lucky. I have a ton of parents too, but it's not. It's because I actually have a ton of parents.
Speaking of ton of parents, I just watched that movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
How was it?
Doesn't hold up, but it's still fun.
Wow, it kind of sucked earlier. So
no, it's fun to watch. Just cause, but it is also sad too because the youngest person in the movie is Kelly Preston, who is also the only deceased person in the movie, which was really
sad. Yeah, that was weird when she died.
Yeah. So, but again, okay. So let's welcome our guests. We have on our show today comedians Tito Gonzalez and Sarah Piani. Let's give them a round of applause for
hello
showing up here. So our first segment that we have is called Listen Up, where our guests introduce themselves and give us a little bit of a biography about them that hopefully is uninterrupted by myself or Eerie. So we'll start with Sarah Piani. What is your life story up until this point? In about 200 words.
Up until this point?
Yeah.
All right. Nothing. I have nothing fucking for you. I'm Sarah. I sit here. I do nothing. You woke me up for this shit. No. Yay! Thank you. I'm an actress, comedian, trying to get on OnlyFans. I want to work for Disney.
Ooh. I have questions.
Yeah, I made that up.
Oh, okay.
Here they are.
Answers.
Here they are.
I have good stories of from friends that worked at Disney. That I
do too.
Yeah, there was one. This is my favorite one. It's really quick, Dave. It's really quick. It's so quick. He's in. I know he's giving me that look. He's in an Eeyore costume, and it's the parade. It's a parade going through Disneyland. And hi, Laura. And it's going through Disneyland, and it's like 100 fucking degrees, and he's starting to not feel so good. And in the middle of the parade, he actually starts throwing up out the nose hole of Eeyore just because he got overheated and sick during the parade, and he couldn't leave because he's in the parade. And then I just thought that was great. That's my whole story. I'm not the
Those
best
things are hot. Those things are very hot.
I can't even imagine.
I've been in one of those before.
Yeah,
no, we got everybody here. This is the gang that we.
All right, let's do it.
Now
all right, Sarah, you guys, if you missed it, Sarah just introduced. She told us her whole life story. It was very intricate, everywhere she's lived and everything. It was amazing. Yeah. Tito,
my beautiful Kardashian house.
Tito Gonzalez, give us your life story in roughly about 200 words.
Yes, Tito Gonzalez here. Originally from Uruguay, Montevideo. Moved out here when I was about 7. I've been living with my mom, my 2 little sisters. I'm a mechanic. Actually, I work construction now. And I met me and Dave and Eerie through stand-up comedy, which that was like what started like 5 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah.
And now I'm here doing this. So that's me right there in the nutshell.
Sweet.
Yay.
There it is.
Can I have his intro? I liked his intro better.
So
Okay, you want to do it again?
You both did.
No,
good
just what
stuff.
he said is me too.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In
same.
a good way. That was a good meet.
You like how I say Uruguay? Yeah, no, right.
Yeah, Uruguay.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
that was it. Sold.
no, that's how
Yeah.
you say it.
that's how you're supposed to say it. Trying the
Yeah.
hardest, to like just
I've been
keep
to- I've
keep
been
my
to-
culture.
I was close. I've been to Buenos Aires. That's the closest I've been.
Buenos
That was-
Aires, yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah, fuck
Pretty close.
Argentinians,
I
honestly.
could see it. It was right on the other side. I could see it. I think
All
I
right.
saw you.
Moving
Might-
right along.
Isn't it Jave in Argentina?
See, so it's like shuvia, bolsho. It's like all the sh sounds, and then like other like Spanish dialects. Anytime like if I go to order like something like from a burrito truck, like and I get a like burrito de bolsho, they're like, what?
Love it.
And they're
Yeah.
like, "Did you just call me a baracho?" And then you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"No."
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But lately, I just been saying pollo. I was like, fuck it. You know what? There's more of them than there's me. Might as well speak their dialect.
Oh yeah.
Uruguay. I thought it was you are gay for like the longest time.
Right.
It's not- that is not how.
A
it
lot
is
of people,
pronounced.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
our next
no.
segment is
Oh,
sort
sorry.
of,
Let's move on.
again, we have a pandemic, more of a panicdemic, if you will, with everything, the society crumbling on a regular basis, an election that everybody's been, unhappy with, and well, a lot more majority of people are happy with, but and all kinds of stuff. Everybody is going crazy this entire year. How are you holding up? We like to do a check-in with the mental health and just well-being of our guests here. So how is everybody holding up? Sarah, how are you holding up thus far in 2020?
I am not living the fucking dream. I like to go places. I like to be out. I like to touch people. That sounds bad. I like to be around people. He said sounds good. No, yeah, I've never had like depression or anxiety until now. Like,
Wow.
yeah. So I'm there.
I mean, that's
all I had. That got depressing.
It's standard.
No,
Well, it's good.
not
We
at
need-
all.
we need to- no, believe me, we hear
No.
this is how we help each other. We connect through all that. Anybody
Yeah.
wearing a Motley Crue T-shirt in a shelter-in-place is going to be depressed. That's just the bottom line.
I've been wearing it for 4 days.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how you know. It's not the band. It's how long you've been wearing the shirt. Did you at least turn it inside
It's
out?
what it smells like.
Mhm.
No, it's
It smells
It's
like
just-
Motley
no.
Crue. That's
What
terrible.
era was that? That looks like girls. What era was of Motley Crue?
yeah. So Rachel found it at a vintage store in Florida
Uh-huh. So but
and
that
mailed it
doesn't-
to me.
but that doesn't tell me anything of the era of the Motley Crue. The Moldy Crew. Nice one, Deneen. That was Jesus Christ. Do you know?
Definitely, yeah, probably girls.
That looks like
It
girls.
does, it's not. It doesn't have an album cover.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm figuring. All right, just going on
There's,
Jason, does that look like girls era? That's what I thought. Yeah. All right.
Don't you guys love that Tommy Lee actually learned how to drum and do his like spit the thing, all of his tricks and everything? He learned it from fucking marching band.
Yeah, duh. It's
Oh,
they look like
shit.
marching band tricks.
No shit. And he quit high school to join Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he can't work at Burger King, but he's a fucking multimillionaire
Nothing
rock
else
star.
He's gonna be doing except for porn, and I'm sure he'd fuck that up.
100%.
Tito Gonzalez.
Yes.
How are you holding up this year in 2020?
Fucking man, terrible. To be honest, to be completely honest, it's terrible. Is the only good things right now in life are my job, which like I just started working construction. You know, like when this shit first started, I was working at the shop, got fired from there because of the pandemic. Then there was like I wasn't working for a while, and I was like literally losing my shit. And then I've been going on this like for like 3 months, like breaking up with my girlfriend. Like it's like the longest breakup ever.
Oh man.
You know, so yeah, it's just been like, are we together? Are we not? Are we together? Are we not? For 3 months. So it's like the only good things right now are literally working, and then when I get to do shows, which is probably about to get fucking canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And so besides that, it's like I stopped playing video games. Video games don't do it for me anymore. So it's just not good, honestly.
When you stop playing
God, we're
video
depressing
games,
people.
yeah, that's pretty rough because video games tend to be they're specifically designed to escape.
I know, and I can't even escape into them. So it's like I don't believe in depression, but I'm pretty sure I got it.
Right on. Well, I want to let our audience know this is the quiet before the storm of Thanksgiving. So the depressed clouds before. So this is again, we're kind of in more of a support group episode here today. But it's good because we're gonna have.
Can I just say something really? That's you guys. That sucks. I'm so sorry that things have not been going very well. And how do you go through a break? Oh man, like a 3-month breakup. That is too long.
It's just never ending, and I think partially it's because like the whole like quarantine or like I don't know, because it's like who else we might find, you know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like I don't know. It's like shit.
Everyone's breaking up during quarantine though. Everyone's. It's like it's a thing.
Yeah, it's like you have a dog and you don't want to put him down, even though it's old and it's
exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. I had that actually, and I hear you. That sucks. Don't break your microphone. Dave, how are you doing, Dave? I want to check in with you. You doing okay? You all right? Everything good?
I'm a little embarrassed to say I'm doing fucking great as always.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody else is. I'd
kind of a dick move, Dave.
Everything's going and I'm depressed and all that kind of stuff, but couldn't be better, quite frankly. No, I don't know. It's been more or less this past week. The funny thing is when things even feel bad or whatever. I was a little irritated earlier today, but I got over that. All I gotta do is talk to my good friend Nina G, say some smart ass remarks, and I feel much better. And I'm not even resentful anymore of whatever I was resentful about at first. I did do a live in-person show on Friday, which was nice. It was a drive-in show in Santa Cruz. Made a whopping $15, which was hey. Gotta get it when you can. Here's something I'll give myself credit for. Yesterday, I was booked to do 2 shows at the Copper Spoon in Oakland, which the guy who booked me, I was trying to get a hold of him to double check, hey, are we still doing these? Because I know there's the 10 o'clock curfew, yada, yada. The curfew hasn't shut down any shows, by the way, just so you know. If anything, they've just changed the times. Originally, based on just seeing somebody who normally is on those shows looking for shows in the Bay Area Comedy Network, I assumed they were canceled. So then I tried contacting the guy who booked me and he wasn't responding. Kind of confirmed I figured they were canceled. Then I heard last minute, oh no, they're not canceled. They're moved up a half hour. They just decided they were going to do the shows after all, and that they're run by my dear friend Chris Riggins. At which point I said, you know what? I think I'm going to stick to the cancellation because I love Chris. He was on our show and tell this past Thursday. But if there's one thing I know about Chris is he's a good host when it's not his show. If he's running the show, no, I'm good, man. That means it's going to be 45 minutes of Chris holding court, headlining his own hosting. And I'm going to make a whopping $5 to $10 per show at the thing, the way he handles tips. So I decided to go to a meeting.
Oh, man.
And I hung out at AA all last night, and I had a wonderful time listening to the same bullshit from the same dudes. One of which was a guy who I love. I love hearing this one guy who sounds like me in 2002, because he was like he has it on. He feels that Gavin Newsom should be shot the way of the handling the pandemic, but that Trump has done a good job. This guy makes zero fucking sense whatsoever. My favorite part is he keeps referring to everything going on with the shutdown as tyranny, because he hasn't been in like a real tyrannical country before. And and this is a dude who gets his information from anonymous websites and lives in his car. And so I, apparently this is like, where we have a strong source of information. And my favorite thing to kind of think to myself is, oh yeah, because all those countries that did put on their masks and did all this shit and have had their cases down, they're suffering from large amounts of tyranny out there in Italy and Europe.
You should key his house, man.
New Zealand and all these places where all the tyranny is just coming down. It's like, no, it's just because these cultures have a little more cultural self-respect and respect each other. And we're like, look, let's just do this shit because worst case scenario, it works. And I don't know, it was just one of those things. And he's just another one of these fucking numbnuts. And my favorite thing too was one of the guys then, because he was the guy leading the meeting. And so the guy who kind of is like one of my good friends from there, he like stood up and he's like, all right, man, let's kind of cut this up. Once he starts calling for Gavin Newsom's head, that's when he's like, all right, let's shut down the meeting. And the guy went for another 5 to 10 minutes. And guess what? Not even us telling him, let's stop this, was impeding his freedom of speech. All right. There is no tyranny in this man's life whatsoever.
Did you light him?
This is kind of one of those places where it's like, it's a funny spot because we don't impose restrictions on, like, we let people share as long as they need to. And we've paid the price for it at times, but it works out pretty good. And yeah, he wrapped it up and we just had a nice big laugh. And, but that's the kind of people we get there. We get a lot of fucked in the head motherfuckers. So how are you holding up, Eerie? You good?
I'm fine. I'm the same.
That's
I'm the same. I'm still the same. And if all these people have already seen the show, Tito, Sarah, it's basically me going, I really got to get out. I really got to get out. I really got to get out, but I don't get out. So that's what happens. And although I did go to the Alameda Comedy Club on Thursday.
Nice.
And I'm not going to be shitty, but 2 of the comics were amazing, who I know, Chad Opitz and Marty Cooney. Mm-hmm. They were both really, really fucking good. And then the other comics were kind of not that great. And I was very judgy. I felt very mean Davey. Like, because I was just kind of like,
I'm actually surprised Marty's in that category. Marty's
right. He doesn't seem like someone that would go there.
He had a great set though. He had a really, really fucking good set.
The sun shines on a dog pass some days. That's what I like to say.
Wow. But yeah, he had a great set, and of course Chad had a great set. But yeah, it was weird, and yeah. But it's a cool little spot. You guys should check the little spot, and the food is fucking amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it was
Alameda Comedy Club.
Yeah, I was gonna do a set there. At a comedy
club, which always sucks. Yeah, the comedy club food is not food. That's it's like an oxymoron. Okay, Dave,
you were gonna do a set there, Tito?
Yeah. Well, it was gonna be like a 15-minute family friendly.
Oh, the Sunday shows.
Yeah, and I hit him up, and I was like, I'll do it, and then I really thought about it, and I was like, there's no way I got 15 minutes family friendly, and I'm just gonna go there and probably ruin my reputation with the dude by disrespecting him that way. So I was just like, I'm just gonna cancel.
Okay. So. Smart move. But how did you think you did, Eerie? You did a set there?
No, I actually just went to the show because I had to get out. What I'm trying to say is that I needed to get out, so I went to a comedy show, and that's how bad my life is right now. Like, I actually went to a comedy show. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying. You didn't perform.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad I needed to get out of the house. Why would I go to a comedy show? I usually do a set and leave. Like, that's how much.
We have beaches. You can go to the beach.
Yeah.
It's cold, man.
So yeah, no, but you're right.
Cold at an outdoor comedy show too.
You could sit there and bundle up and look at the ocean. It's beautiful. I mean, we are very fortunate. We don't live in like Bakersfield or something. No offense to Bakersfield, but
I have a question, everybody. I have a question. How much coronavirus are you spreading after 10 p.m.? Because that's what the big deal is.
Great question.
That shit is totally.
Can I ask your mom something really quick? Is that a Restoration Hardware couch, Dave's mom? Your couch?
I don't think so.
Oh God, no, it's a locally owned store from Ukiah, but they went out of business.
Oh, cool. It looks very similar to my couch, and that's why I was asking. Okay, now let's talk about spreading the coronavirus after 10 o'clock. Where'd Sarah go? Sarah, lean
Oh,
forward.
sorry. My cat was pissed off and knocking shit over, so I kicked her out.
She's fine. That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah, how much
On a cat.
coronavirus are clock?
Dude, so like I thought about this because
She might be freezing up. Give her a minute.
But
Tito,
look at that smile.
I know it's a beautiful smile. That's
I froze.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now you're back. You're back. Yeah.
No, I work in, the grocery business. So they gave me a note that states like, oh yeah, you can be out past this time. And I was like, fuck that. Because like, for me, I'm not going to go out unless I'm giving a blowjob probably anyway. I haven't even showed up to work.
Mm-hmm.
And if a cop pulls me over or something, I'm just be like, I was coming from work, hoping there was no cum on my shirt and he doesn't see it or something. Like, that's literally what goes through my mind. I'm glad you asked this question because I was just talking to myself about this like hours ago.
Nice.
Are you doing a bit, or is this just you talking?
That's just me.
That's Sarah.
That was literally just me. No, I'm like, seriously, like, I don't, the whole 10 o'clock thing fucking kills me. It's like, what are we doing? Just fucking lock us back down.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get
I don't understand. Is it like Gremlins where like it's worse after 10 or something? I'm not sure.
Right?
It more pertains to, here's the funny thing. It more pertains to, I think, restaurants or gatherings of any sort, because, people were still hanging out after 10, and, you throw an alcohol in there, people get loosey.
Right, exactly.
But here's the hilarious thing. On Friday night, because we still meet in our midnight meetings. We have a small group anyway at the midnight meetings. There's barely anybody there. But I went to midnight meeting on Friday night after my $15 kick-ass headlining set at the drive-in in a drive-in show in Santa Cruz. So I'm there. My buddy Akil is there. If you guys want to learn more about my friend Akil, episode 38 of In the Meantime with me and Dave, he gives a great share that's practically like an NA meeting. Little plug. So Akil and I rolled the Taco Bell after the meeting. It's like 1:30 in the morning. Over here, there's an Afghan restaurant. It's an Afghan restaurant that used to be Nina G's favorite until I told her I tattled about this incident. Basically, all of these people, all nicely dressed, come pouring out of this Afghan restaurant. It's 1:30 in the morning, mind you. And there's a fight breaking out with two dudes that like everybody's converged on. There had to have been probably at least, I want to say 60 to 80 people, maybe more. All of them pouring out, all of them decked out like it was some kind of like wedding party or who knows what it was. And kids, old people,
Did anybody have masks or
not one mask?
Wow.
Any of them? Not one fucking.
Those
mask.
are the people that fucked it up and made a curfew.
Well, no,
that's what happened.
Not really, because no cops were there either. I mean, that was the thing. Is like this was clearly an incident where, and that's what I was noticing. It's like none of these people are calling the cops. They're all handling it within themselves. Not a mask among them, which then tells you, at least from the Middle Eastern culture in our area, they don't believe in any of this shit. And so it was just kind of one of those. It was one of those odd moments. All me and Akil, we were gonna go order Taco Bell, but then we just parked and we just watched because Akil liked checking out the cute Afghan chicks, and I wanted to see if there was any more potential violence breaking out. And but I was just marveling because
Dave, you are so starved for entertainment, my love.
No.
What is happening?
I got it. That's what I'm saying. You said, you park and enjoy the show. But it was
drive-in fight show.
I was just cracking up. We had time. Like, what are we in a rush to get Taco Bell for? There was no line. But no, there was. I was just cracking up because there were kids, like I want to say like 8, 9-year-old looking children at 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. All right, and then old people with them, all that shit, and this fight, and who knows what was going on. It was funny. It was just funny to us, and then we're like, all right, it's all dispersed. Let's go get some Taco Bell. And so it was a good night.
That's a
sounds like a great night.
Man. What a great night.
Yeah, it was fun. So, but
you got Taco Bell though? Did you get the Taco Bell?
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, 3 tacos.
Yeah.
Just had 3 tacos, no cheese.
That's it.
Okay, now we're getting into your. We don't need that. Tito, how are you feeling about the curfew? How are you doing?
What are you doing after 10 p.m., Tito? What are you?
Well, nothing anymore.
Nothing.
I completely get it. I mean, kind of in a sense, because like you said, right? Like after around, people are usually drinking, and once you start drinking, you kind of stop giving a fuck about the Rona. You're right. You're like, I'm gonna hug it out. I'm gonna see what this chick's up to. Whatever. Like that's just what happens. So like I get it, but I'm also like wondering like how much of it might be like some weird like kind of control shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I know the virus is real, 100%. Okay, but like how much of it like them kind of power tripping on like, hey, we kind of can make this rule. Why don't we do it again and see what happens? Kind of just keeping people in check. And it's like
spiked in hospitals. I mean, that's the thing. It's here's what I'm wondering. It's like you want to convince people of this shit. Show them. Why am I not seeing shots of the hospitals that are filled up? Like show those photos in the news.
No, I know. Dave's mom feels the same way. That's 100% true. And you know what's funny?
They keep talking about it, about like, these hospitals. I'm like, somebody take a fucking photograph. Somebody bust out a phone. Don't show any faces, protect anonymity.
You want to see pictures.
But no, so if you watch BBC News, it's terrifying. They're showing Italian hospitals, they're showing
show the shit.
French countryside hospitals. Like it's absolutely fucking terrifying. And
I mean,
but I'm also trying to stay away from watching all that shit, dude. I don't want like.
I know I'm a news.
Life is fucked up enough. I don't need to see all this.
All the shit online. They're always showing links of shit all the fucking time, and it's like, and that's why no one's convinced until grandma is the one that comes down with it, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I was wrong the whole time, guys. Wear your masks,
Right.
There's actually stories of people in the hospital with coronavirus going, no, coronavirus doesn't exist, and like it's like that's how like weird fucking the world is right now. But I will tell you, my mom is an ICU trauma nurse, and it's real. Okay.
I believe
it. Mabel was just saying that her brother has it and some coworkers, and Jason was saying Rachel Maddow. Unfortunately, not everybody watches Rachel Maddow.
And my brother-in-law and his entire family got it. So it's three kids, everybody got it. So and they're all fine, but still, it's real. It's a real thing.
Oh, it's very real.
But the 10 o'clock thing is bullshit, right? Like they should just shut shit down and like give people like a good stimulus. It's just like, let's just kick it for a month. Everybody like chill, You know what
didn't shut down? Panic over toilet paper. That shit flew off the fucking shelves again. And the word anybody said.
So let me tell you a story about toilet paper. I work at a grocery store. Not everyone's buying it. We're keeping it in the back.
Oh look!
We're just taking it off the shelves.
So I'm gonna throw it out there. Sprouts.
Oh, this is fucked up. What the fuck?
Yeah, Sarah just brought the truth.
Oh my God.
Put me on the news. Sprouts Pinole does not put the toilet paper or the paper towels out. They put it in the manager's office and lock it up. And I almost got into a fight with a coworker because I needed toilet paper and they said there was only one left and it's for this person. I said, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, this is an expose here on another terrible podcast.
God. Are there paper towel and toilet paper czars? Is that what's happening right now?
It's crazy. And like they
oligarchs?
Another store.
We just turned into another terrible info wars.
Oh my God. I'm putting this on TMZ.
Right?
I'll block out your face though. But
no, fuck that. Put my face on there.
People buying it. It's the stores. They're horrible.
Oh my God. That is very interesting.
You can also, what's really interesting, if you go to Half Moon Bay, all those stores have toilet paper. They have cleaner. They're fully stocked because I go to the beach a lot and I stop in there and I'm like, oh, what? Fully stocked. So if you need it, take an hour drive.
Go to
Wow.
Good to know.
So they're taking it off the shelves to make people paranoid that other people are buying it?
This is a stock market trick. People
crazy, right?
Stock market.
Huh.
I just want to mention one thing. I want to thank Deneen. Thank you so much for tipping us. We really appreciate that. If you are enjoying, I realize most everybody on here is somebody that knows us and has been on the show a million times.
Just a reminder.
If you are new, if you happen to be new, please tip us, just the tip, because we're not working comedy as much, except for Ivy, but we aren't. PayPal, if you're more of a PayPal, but we're not, okay, there you go. Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Up next, our next topic, and this is actually what kicked off getting Tito on this show, was because we all have stories of production when we
What the
start
fuck
producing
is
shit
What
that
is
goes
that?
wrong. Huh? That's Ja Rule and
that? Ja Rule?
dude from Fire Festival. I don't know if you remember that. Great
I don't know.
documentary. Look them up.
I love
But,
Ja Rule.
What Tito and I got to talking, because Tito, I'll let Tito tell the story. But basically, there was a new hot show, and I saw that Tito was one of the producing guys on it, and I don't know it's a newer producer who's running it, newer comic in general, and whenever I see one of those shows and they put an open call looking for comics, I don't respond to it right away. I'm like, let the canaries in the coal mine do these shows, and I'll see how it goes. And I'm like, worst
That's
case,
very smart, actually.
well, that's just how I always do, because I always hear about good things and bad things first, and then I'll hit up Tito if I run into him or I talk to him, because Tito's my in if there was ever possibility of doing it. And then I run into Tito at Copper Spoon. We're at Copper Spoon doing that show together, and that's when I ask him. And then Tito, go ahead and tell the story of what you told me.
Man, so this was like, I thought this was gonna be like the it's it for me in a way, because like I was like coming home with like $200 a night from this show. I'm like, and like there'd be times where I'm like, damn, this
Tell
is
them what the show is, because our audience doesn't know. Tell them what the show was, what it was,
what it is.
or what the show. Yeah, because it's a weekend show. It's like
Yeah. So it's a Saturday show every Saturday at this place called like the Brooklyn Basin Market.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like uppity, kind of richy folks, and like we would sell out. It would be like 80 plus people.
Your mic went out.
What town
Mic
is
fucking
it?
up.
Tito?
But-
Oh,
What town is it?
It's in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in Oakland. It's right by the
Alright.
water. It's like pretty beautiful, honestly.
Jack London Square area.
Yeah, Jack London Square area. It's dope. But the people like running it are like a little like uptight, like, because I feel like a lot of like some comics like won't really, like, they don't really have like a day job necessarily, and so like they put me in as a producer of the show, but I feel like they just did it because they knew that I know a lot of comics, but not because they actually wanted to produce it with me. Does that make sense?
Credibility. They wanted
Yeah.
credibility.
So they put my face on there just as like a.
You were the Ja Rule of the.
Is that why you put him there?
There you go. I didn't know
It's
that.
murder.
Yeah, I'm just connecting the dots. That's all.
That is
That
just
makes hella sense. I didn't see why.
That wasn't my
I was-
intention. I wanted to find producing of like a thing that went haywire. So.
Yeah.
Tito was the shill. Yes, he was.
I was. And dude, like the lady that runs it isn't I don't think she's really doing comedy to do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I can be real. I can be 100% real, right?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Dude, she's just doing comedy just to get dick.
Ooh.
I swear to God, just to get like younger comic dick. That's all she does comedy for. I guarantee you. Just as if you ever see her do.
stop. Please stop. Who is this?
Oh,
I'm not naming names. I'm not naming
you're not
names.
naming names. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm sorry. I thought I missed the name. So no, that's
Nope.
fine if you're not naming names.
Just not naming. I'm not naming names. I'm not naming
Hey,
names.
you know what?
'Cause
We
she's try-
already we
she-
already got some good intel from Sarah. I was just curious. More intel that's fine.
I'm not naming names.
Okay, no, that's
But
fine.
this is the truth. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And that's what it is. And there's certain people that get into comedy for the wrong reasons. She's one of them. And then once she starts producing a show that gets all this fucking hype, then the power and the fucking, you see who that person really is comes out, right?
Starface.
But yeah, dude, straight up.
Boy, it's a pile of penis, not a pile of cocaine that she's pouring on her desk.
I think I know who you're talking about, actually. Okay.
So then
Yeah,
tell
let's
them-
not name this.
So tell them what happened with the why you're no longer working with her.
So this is what happened. I missed a producer meeting, right? We were gonna meet. I was gonna meet up with him after work to talk about the show, because the thing is I work construction, right? So I'm getting my phone blown up between these two producers, and it's like I don't have time to look at my fucking phone. I'm working, and it's just like beep 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 beep, like full of messages, and it's like by the time I have to go to it, it's like I gotta read like a fucking chapters and chapters of all these rules. Also, she had way too many rules of like who you can book and when you can book them. You know,
They have to
Just
have
comedy-
Quick. It has to
comedy is fun.
At least 5 inches. At least 5 inches.
Comedy's supposed to be fun. You should be booking shows with people that are also like you, like comics. Like we're loose. We're fucking, you know what I mean? Come on, we're here to have fun.
Not all comics are loose.
Wow, thank you, Sarah, for that's
She's
true.
right.
Like
That's
Counterpoint.
there's tight comics out there. Okay.
There are.
Yeah.
Very
Hello.
name names.
Virgil.
What did you have to do? Why couldn't you make it to the meeting?
Dude, I couldn't make it to the meeting because I just got my driver's license back. So I had to go to the DMV to fill out some paperwork. And then after that, I had to go give my grandma food because she's in a wheelchair now. So I had to go feed her and help her. And then so I missed the meeting because my mom was like, you need to go do that. And I was thinking about telling my mom, like, but I might go meet with these producers. But I was like, fuck that, family first. So I go there, I take care of her. And then I'm like, yo, guys, I'm going to miss the meeting, but I'll probably see you guys at the open mic because there's an open mic later on. And then so I meet up with her at the open mic. And then I'm like, fuck, I'll get the bullet points of what we were going to work on for the next show. And when I go to meet up with her, I'm like, hey, yo, yeah, can you give me some bullet points? Like, what about the meeting? She was like, you know what? It's not working out. I'm like, but she's like, I just need someone that's really going to be there. She's like, you got to treat this like a second job. And I'm like, bitch, at work, I'll take time off to take care of my family. Like, what are you talking about? You know? And it just kicks me off the producing side of the show. And I was like, so like, I feel like I was just on the producing part of it at the beginning just to kind of be like a face at first. And then people know that they could trust this person probably. And then after that, it's like, all right, well.
Is this person a comic too, or just a producer?
Barely one, a new one. She's a new one.
Yeah.
I've seen this before. This has happened before. Where
You've seen this before?
Well, no, I've seen what I would call this. There's like a new comic, whether it's male or female. But I mean, this one.
And they get like a produced show.
Where they're brand new, they have like an ability to, they have an in someplace and they create a show or book a show or something. It becomes kind of their calling card to the community, and they use that, and not only that, sometimes they use that to sort of like think that they get better, they become a better comic by proxy, like just because they surround themselves with certain comics that are good,
right.
And they're like lumped into that group. I've seen people try to do this shortcut all the time.
Yeah.
Never fucking work.
So you become a better comic by just doing open mics over and over again.
Well, I mean, it's
not by like
you mean by doing comedy? What?
Yeah, by working at it. But I mean, so this is just one of those times. Yeah, not to the funny thing is the real comedy community will still work any gig. We're all whores. That's bottom line.
Hell yeah.
And it's a good gig. It's, I mean, looking at it, it's a good gig. It was just. But when I saw the post, because again, if you have like
the crowd though, every crowd there was kind of like, they weren't fun to perform in front of, to be honest.
They weren't fun?
No.
Okay, so that makes sense. What basically one of the things when I see a new show, or I see like if they're open calling to the Bay Area Comedy Network, like for talent for this show and breaking down all their shit, what that tells me first and foremost, they don't know what they're doing. Because they don't know anybody who runs a show. If it's especially if it's got parameters where you're going to be paying people, you know that you got an audience that's coming in. You should already know the community well enough to know who you want to book. Yeah. Instead, this chick was putting out like, hey, you're interested in doing this show. Guess who's interested in doing the show? Every fucking buddy.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Every jackass from an open mic to any eager, working comic. Sending your shit, and you then, because it's just one of those things that basically like, look at me, here's my show, pay attention to me.
Exactly, and that's
and so then I like to see how that plays out. I basically take my time and see how that
that's
plays
the whole attitude.
The comedy club guy was doing the same shit. He just was a little bit smarter about it.
Oh yeah,
essentially the same thing. So
but Dave, that's a great point, because it's like if you have your own show, and Dave's had many shows, and I've had a couple, but
failed and good ones.
You've already like people. You know what I mean? You don't need to put like a.
You'll know who you want for a show. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been out there listening to other people do comedy, so
blasted in the Bay Area. When I blast in the Bay Area Comedy Network is when I need somebody last minute.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need to know who sees this immediately, who's available. I need somebody this day or whatever. Or if I'm putting out a blast that's like trying to welcome new comics, like, hey, I've got this show. If you're brand new and you suck, you're still welcome. Hit me up.
Yeah.
That's basically, because it's like, this is a place to help get better if you have a good attitude. Those are the times when I put the word out for that shit. But Sarah,
And you suck.
look,
I would answer that.
I wanted to follow this up with so basically this is American horror producing stories. Sarah, do you have a horror production story? Have you ever worked on anything with anybody that's been horrific?
Can I just say, when I read the thing that you sent about what we're going to talk about, I thought it's an American Horror Story. So I took notes.
Yeah.
On American Horror Story.
Oh, nice. Well, tell us those.
So I'm looking up at, like, when you went to him, I'm looking at my notes going, well, okay, I'm just going to delete all of the shit that I wrote right here. And I was trying to figure out why you chose American Horror Story. Like, I was like, oh, he must have like a hard on for fucking like Evan Peters or something. Like, I didn't know. I've had some, I have definitely some production horror stories for sure though. Because, I do movies too, like a background shit, nothing exciting.
What's the worst? Give us the worst one.
The worst one, and it's a great movie, I'm not going to say anything, but they booked me, and they wanted me to do it cash under the table type of thing, because they, how Hollywood is. And they booked me for a week, and they never put me in the fucking movie, but made me show up. And I got pissed off finally in like the middle of production, and I said, hey, look, because they had me standing in the fucking rain, middle of fucking December in fucking Petaluma, and that was a lot of fuckings. But I was like, I finally got pissed off, and they basically said, if you don't stand here, and like, we know you're not in the movie, but that's part of Hollywood. And I said, I get that. I get it's part of Hollywood, but can I have a fucking chair or like a salad or a soda or something? Like, I was so pissed off. So they told me, oh, well, you're not going to come back. But then they booked my brother, and I snuck on set with him. Yeah. I didn't get paid, but I made sure all that craft service table got fucked up that last day, though.
Nice.
Yeah, Sarah. Fight the power, girl. Fight the power.
I was like, oh, you guys got waffles? Okay, I'm making waffles. I had like a big ass bag. I took so many fucking waffles home with me. It was ridiculous. Like, and you know what's really sad about this? I could have took like things that were sealed, chips, candy, sodas, and I took the fucking waffles. I was going to say Richard
Stanley stuff. That's what, Jason. That's the original director of Island of Dr. Moreau, the one with Marlon Brando that fucking was a shit show. He got fired from it, and it was like going to be his first major studio movie. It ended up kind of ruining him too. And then John Frankenheimer, the classic director from of old, he took it over. And then Richard Stanley snuck onto the set and was hiding out as one of the extras in the movie. And the movie ended up turning, it was a hilarious bomb. The story about the movie is more interesting than the movie itself.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, can we just mention your mom's kitty is so cute?
Oh, don't, please. No, that's not. That's
a cute kitty.
No, it's
not. Oh, you said kitty. I thought you said kidney. I said, why is your mom holding up her kidney?
Her kidneys are cuter than her kitty. Trust me. My mom,
the kitty's so cute. Why don't you like that kitty? What's wrong with that kitty?
No, she's messed up in the head. Not a friend. Not a friend of mine. It's a friend of my mom's. That's my mom's cat. I respect it. My mom has the graciousness to take care of a mentally disturbed cat, but I'm not friends with that cat and will not endorse that cat on my show.
Won't endorse that cat. Okay, well, we're gonna pretend like that cat is clearly dead to him.
Didn't exist.
So we're not.
Didn't happen.
That's fine. Let's move on to the next thing. I'm sorry I mentioned.
But no, Eerie, what do you have a producing horror story of your own?
Of course.
Yeah. Give us your worst one. What's your producing horror story?
My worst one is my headliner showed up at the bar and forgot to bring her ID. So she got kicked out of the bar and I had to find a new headliner. Which sounds like nothing, but it was just fucking stupid. The whole thing was stupid. And I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but it's just like, so I have a thing where you shouldn't book more than like, there should be like maybe 4 people on your show plus you as the host, and that's it. I feel like unless it's like a special thing, it shouldn't be like fucking 2-3 hour show, because it just starts to wear people down. And I was down to 4, and then everybody got like 2 extra minutes, and then somebody else had. I know it's not that bad, but I'm just saying. It was. Oh, I did host a burlesque show once that like basically got pushed into like a tiny room because they decided to have an all ages club adjacent in the adjacent room. So we had to. These aren't good stories. I'm sorry, I didn't have anything prepared.
Well, I think now, but after you're talking about the 2 to 3 hour shows, now is a good time to plug that tomorrow on Zoom we will be doing a 2 to 3 hour
amazing show
with
though.
about 20 comics doing 5 minutes each.
Oh, nice.
That's different. That's special.
Vinny's Bar and Grill All Stars raising money for Kathy McCarty.
Yes.
And her support. So I think everybody here knows. I'll send out the blast to you guys tomorrow for it.
Thanks, thanks, Dave. I'm remembering, but still remind me, please. I will.
Will do. Well, you got it.
But that is special, Dave. That's different. That's a special thing because.
Oh yeah,
I know, but it's a fun. I thought it was a good time to bring it up.
Absolutely. No, it's different when everyone's doing like 10 minutes and you're like, why is this a 3-hour fucking show?
Yeah.
Like no one wants to be here for that long.
That's because you're in Los Angeles when that happens.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah. Has anybody ever seen Sinbad do a show?
No, never.
He will do like a 2.5 hour set.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Is it good though? Like it's good.
No, it's good. He's really good. Like but it's just insane. Like people are starting to leave just because they have to go. Like
I don't think he's right now. Prayers to Sinbad. He's
he's sick. That's right.
Stroke. Now is not a time to kick him while he's down. Just saying. So.
No, I'm just saying I'm saying he's that good, but he goes a little bit long.
Fucking
going on a little too long, Sinbad. You know, it's
not in life. Not in life. I don't mean like he's been going too long in life. I don't mean it like that. God damn it.
He's running the real light. The real light.
My brief story, horror story. I just want to say, in 2017, I started helping being a showrunner for the Best of SF with this dipshit named Vahe. Some of you
yes.
Oh, drop name and everything.
All right, and so I was basically the guy who would book it and host it.
You put his picture.
Oh yeah,
that guy.
You no fucks.
He's had great advantages because of his friendship with me at the time.
Yeah.
But I worked there until the middle of 2018, at which point I quit and kind of made it very public, like kind of roasting that I quit. And he had another producing partner who only lasted 6 months with him, and that's comedian Adam Perlstein. And Adam, when he saw that I, was quitting there, Adam immediately hits me up. He goes, "Dude, we need to get together and make a show and take the venue from Vahe." He was literally plotting to create a show specifically to steal the variety theater venue from Vahe because he had such a chip on his shoulder about Vahe, and he'd even done shows. He'd done the show after he quit the show. But that's just how spiteful, and I relate to being spiteful. So this was really funny to me. And so then Adam got all this shit going, ready to go. And we were also going to produce another show together. And then very quickly, Adam and I realized we're cool with each other. Actually, I really like his comedy and he's supportive of mine, but we are like oil and vinegar. We do not get along. We do not have the same ideas about how to go about doing stuff. And immediately, I forget what it was. He said something to me, and in response, I booked a guy that he didn't approve of, and he said, "All right, no, we're not working on shows together." And then, so immediately that all this thing fell apart. We had the lady who runs Variety Theater. We had her on board because she was kind of sick of Vahe, and we had another guy who was going to be backing it or whatever, and then. Basically I just told her, I said, look, this was all Adam's idea because Adam got the ball rolling on this. And I said, and then Adam does realize that I'm not a guy that really we should work together. And I agree with them. And I said, in fact is, I never I just thought it was funny to try and kind of let Vahe know, like make Vahe sweat a little bit. But I got to work because of working at that show. That was when I started doing comedy full time. So even though it wasn't his intention, I still had good work experience and all that as a result of working with them. And even though he's a complete fucking idiot, who
Really,
Yes.
what was the problem?
Yes, I
But-
almost punched him. He
I
came
want to
to
know
my
what the
podcast.
problem is, because
Well,
he's been nothing but nice.
Well, the problem that happened, there was a guy that Victor Pacheco, who I used to be good friends with.
Yeah.
He's a comic in the area and stuff, and I'm still okay with him. We're just not, close friends or anything. I got him a job working for Vahe as the door guy.
Right.
And things ended up as he was, and he would also get sets on the show too. And then for whatever reason, Victor and there's a main door guy who works at the Hobart building. He's this old white dude, and they would get along. And then at some point they stopped getting along. Like some point tensions started brewing between the two. Never knew what it was about. And so from that point on, there had always been like some weird resentful thing between Victor and the main door guy of the building. And so then it got to this one point. It got to the point where the main door guy was causing static for the show. And then the main door guy, on one night when the lady who runs Variety Children's Charity, she was there, and the main door guy got in her face about some shit and started yelling at her. And she had to send an email to kind of like check him and all that shit.
Yeah.
And when Victor showed up, Victor was like, felt vindicated that this guy that this guy's behavior was now a problem overall, that it wasn't the comedy show that was like at fault for anything. And so Victor started throwing his weight around a whole bunch, and picking. And when he does, he picks on Vahe something harsh, and Vahe passive aggressively takes it out on me because I'm the guy who hooked him up with Victor. And so then I think that I remember what happened. Now he posted online in the Bay Area Comedy Network, do you think me and Dave is doing a good job at Best of SF? And he had a survey for people to do it. And
Wait,
I saw the survey. I said, I fucking quit. Like I basically, I was working at a side hustle job.
That was a good thread.
I got word of it, and I said, you know what, fuck this. And I
gotta remember that actually.
I'm not, I'm like, I'll figure out the money, whatever. And I told him I quit, and then I made a very public flyer stating that I quit and all my bookings ignore, and yada yada. So, and they were out of commission for at least a month trying to regroup. So, he came to my house. I almost punched him in the face. We have if you want to hear how stupid he is, we have another Terrible Podcast episode on the website. That's the podcast.
I'm listening on the
wait, I just don't get it. What is so stupid about
he's just,
is it the way he handles business and other comics?
No. He's an asshole. He tries to fuck with you, and it's not in a fun way.
He's an airhead. He's like an airhead who somehow failed upward. Remember George W. Bush, how he would fail upward? That's kind of what he's like. He's like he stumbles.
I never see him at open mics, and that's what always surprises me.
He only does comedy on his own.
You're lucky
show.
you don't see.
When producers
we are running
We're
low on
behind.
time. I don't want to. I just wanted to mention that.
Let's see. So really quick, because this topic was for Sarah only. Sarah, just give us your thoughts on douchebags real quick. What are your thoughts on douchebags?
The douchebags are definitely coming out right now with the whole COVID shit. Like, there are so many guys that are still thinking they can like bag every bitch like out there. Yet they literally have gained like 30 pounds since COVID happened, and you can't see their dicks and shit now. It's ridiculous.
All right.
It is. That was just me talking, and that wasn't a bit. He said douchebag.
No, that was like a bumper sticker. Like, we need to make that.
You'll see Sarah Piani on the show tomorrow for the Vinny's thing, and the main theme of her act is attacking douchebags. That's really
because they're like, I just don't understand like how these people, and like they're always like higher ups too, like at the fucking Sprouts, like there's like 3 douchebags that are managers, and I tell them, I'm like, how am I still working here?
Yeah.
Like I asked one manager to pull his dick out because I was like, do you have a small dick? Do you have a small dick?
That's thirst.
And then I found out, he did.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to sprout, if you will, right?
Wow.
All right.
It happens.
Sarah, I want to party with you, girl. This is
I'm
okay.
fun. I'm fun.
Now,
Dude,
before
you sound fun. I
before
like.
we gotta
Okay.
wrap up, let's. I want
Sarah's
to.
my new bestie. Tito,
Yeah.
anything?
No,
from
you don't
Juice
need it. That was a Sarah.
That was just for Sarah. No, that's not for me.
Yeah, he understands. This is.
I completely get it.
We got to wrap it up
Just
here.
say same.
And this is-
Okay, let's
Same.
wrap it up.
I want us to go around and give us give thanks for something in 2020. This is the 2020 turkey, Thanksgiving turkey I have behind me here.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. That is clearly a turkey for the Thanksgiving of 2020. If you can, look at it and see it, that's what
Is that for the thing?
Thanksgiving in 2020 looks like. So,
Are those tentacles?
yeah, look, yeah, there's an octopus in there. There's some crab. There's bacon on the fucker. I mean, it's gross.
Damn.
So,
Ugh.
let's go around. Tito, what are you thankful for in 2020?
I'm thankful for the comedy community, like the real comedy community,
Wow, look,
as in Eerie, Dave, Sarah. I just got to meet you, but
Thank you.
I really do love you guys, man. I love seeing you guys, and it's like a whole different family, and it's come through in a lot of time.
sweet to hear. Unlike your microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm not messing with
I just like holding a mic. I just need to do it.
you.
Is it
Like
so
men
fun?
like holding their
I
own
need to hold a mic, otherwise I don't feel right.
Sarah. All right, Sarah, what are you thankful for in 2020?
Sarah?
I'm thankful for men holding their dicks.
To their face? How long? I'm so.
No,
Look
not
at that.
their
face.
Dave's mom is
Worst
so
possible
happy
time.
with that. And Dave is so upset.
Honestly,
What are you laughing at, Eerie? You're in your own head. What the fuck?
So what?
I don't know what you were laughing at. You were like,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
that matters.
It doesn't
All right.
matter.
All right, well, Sarah, men can hold their dicks. What are you happy about? What are you giving thanks for, Eerie?
I'm thankful for that. I am thankful for dicks. I don't know. Dicks.
Dicks. All right.
Oh,
I got nothing.
Keeping it dicks.
I think Sarah's straight.
You got Jason and Harry nodding for you. So there you go. All
Yeah,
right.
Jason and Harry also enjoy
Alright.
dicks.
and
We're
then
getting
the
thumbs
suction
up for
cup.
all the dick talk.
Mhm.
Let's do that. That's good.
Dick.
The suction cup vibrator. That's cool.
Yes. Yes, those are good too. Dave, what are you giving thanks for, sir?
You know what? I'm gonna have to piggyback a little bit on Tito. Mainly for all of the we've had a whole year now of doing our Zoom stuff and on a regular basis, thanks to all these people here and all the wonderful comics that we've and other assorted comedy adjacent people that have been on and come join us every week after week. And it's been really cool, I gotta say, because it's I mean, we didn't know how things were gonna go. And if you would have, we thought this would have been a few months, all that kind of shit. And it's just been really cool just to kind of continuously evolve and create and stuff and have something that people come back and enjoy on a regular basis. So, and contribute to, really. So thank you. I'm grateful for all of this right here. That's the best thing in
Dave,
2020.
that was so heartfelt.
Fucking A.
No
Therapy.
sarcasm or anything. Sarcasm or anything. That was amazing. I am very grateful for this show too. I'd love to see you guys all, and it's great to have just be able to talk and hang out, and all of you guys are regular people that come and watch the show, and I appreciate that. And it's funny because most of you I haven't even really met in person, but I feel very close to you guys.
The same.
So weird,
Girl.
But and Dave, thank you for sticking with it, because I know we kind of had to get the format down, and I appreciate that. And Sarah, you're fucking awesome. I can't wait to party with you. I am very excited.
I've done some shows with you.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm like, I feel like I can't wait to like hang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys are
I'm one of the
wonderful.
comics that leaves. As soon as I get off, I usually take off, so no one sees me.
Where
But
are you? Are you South Bay? Where are you?
I'm East Bay.
East Bay. Oh, me
You lived in
too.
like
Okay.
you still live in Pinole?
I live in Crockett.
Crockett. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those towns you didn't even know about.
Right.
I still don't know about
It's Deneen's hometown.
Right.
No, Hayward, but I've been to Crockett.
Oh, been to Crockett.
I know all the
We've
I know
all been to
Bay.
Crockett.
Yeah.
You know,
We've all been there.
we've all been to Crockett. All right, and Tito. So I think we're done, right?
Yeah.
We're done?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This has been
Thank
great.
you
All
guys.
right, hey, thanks everybody. We really appreciate you guys tuning into another terrible podcast by comics. Thank you so much, Tito Gonzalez. Thank you so much, Sarah
Piani.
Piani. Thank you, Sarah Piani. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, me and Dave.
We will see you tomorrow,
and
hopefully. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow at the
Guys,
business
tune
show.
in tomorrow for Benny's. Benny's is going to be awesome. We'll see you next Sunday. Have a great week. Bye, guys. Love. Love, 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 love. Woo!